on News 92 FM.
From ABC News, I'm Alex Stone in San Francisco. A prayer for the victims of the deadly ferry wreck in South Korea. 33 people are now confirmed dead. 270 are missing at this hour. The captain has been arrested.
The captain was not in charge at the moment that the ship made a very sharp turn and began listing. The captain's acknowledged that he went back to his room for something. A third officer was in charge, a young, relatively inexperienced woman, we believe at the time, had only been working on the ferry for 5 months and was not familiar with this particular patch of water. It can be a bit tricky. The boats here navigating through between islands where the currents can be quite strong.
Jonathan Head in South Korea with our partners at the BBC and at Mount Everest today.
The desperate search continues for 3 missing climbers in the single deadliest disaster ever on Mount Everest. At least 13 people killed, all of them guides known as Sherpas. The experts who risked their lives helping others conquer Everest were at an elevator. Helicopters and rescuers carried the injured to the base of the mountain.
ABC's Lindsay Janis. If you're traveling for Easter, conditions look good in much of the country, say forecasters.
Maybe an isolated storm overnight in the Central Plains and perhaps all over the eastern part of Florida, but only through about mid-afternoon. After that, it looks relatively quiet.
Stephen Corfiti is at the Storm Prediction Center. Speaking of traveling,
my family's fortunate that I'm here.
A Vermont pilot was going down.
Everything was running good, and then there was kind of a loud explosion. Some parts and pieces went through the canopy, ripping the canopy off the airplane. Something catastrophically broke and interfered with the controls of the airplane.
Daniel Marcotte.
In-store signs and banners, to custom t-shirts and menus, everything.
Try our amazing cupcakes?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it tastes like feet. Except amazing cupcakes. Thousands of products added to Staples.com every day. Oh, even antacids. Now get 50% off marketing materials. Staples, make more happen.
Offerings 5314, minimum quantities and exclusions apply. See store associate or staples.com/copy and print for details.
At Advance Auto Parts, getting your parts fast is your Advance advantage. When you order your parts at AdvanceAutoParts.com, you can pick them up in-store within just 30 minutes. Yeah, that's so fast, we measure it in minutes. Plus, right now, you can save $1.50 each by mail on Denso Platinum TT Spark Plugs. That's a savings of up to $12. Get your parts in minutes, save dollars. Only at Advance Auto Parts. Mailing rebate void where prohibited. See store for details.
We now know the Clinton White House had advice for then First Lady Hillary Clinton as soon as she began talking about reforming health care. New internal memos show staff tried to soften her image.
During President Clinton's first term, his wife Hillary spent much of her time pushing health care reform. In-house memos worried that her strength in Congress would make the president appear weak. Other memos suggested that the First Lady come off as more warm and down-to-earth, and do that by using more humor in her congressional testimony.
ABC's Andy Field in Washington. A gun believed to have been made famous at the OK Corral shootout in 1881 has been sold at auction in Arizona.
It is the gun thought to have been carried by Wyatt Earp during the shootout in Tombstone, Arizona. The Colt .45 revolver was sold for $225,000 to a telephone bidder in New Mexico. It was one of the items that belonged to an author of several books on Earp. Some had questioned the authenticity of the items. Numerous items brought in more than $445,000. Dave Schreiber, ABC News.
Miley Cyrus says she won't resume her U.S. Bangers tour until August. She had to abruptly cancel shows after an allergic reaction to antibiotics. She was hospitalized for a time this week. Her reps say new dates will include 7 rescheduled shows. She kicks off a European tour on May 2nd. This is ABC News.
TrueCar.com. It's the new way to buy a car. Hey, it's Leah. TrueCar users save over $3,000 off MSRP. First, go to TrueCar.com and see what others have paid for the car you're looking for. Then register at TrueCar.com to see upfront pricing information and lock in your savings. Finally, print out your TrueCar savings certificate and take it to the TrueCar certified dealer for a hassle-free buying experience. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Visit TrueCar.com today. That's TrueCar.com.
I'm Alex Stone, ABC News.
The opportunities are red hot in the Houston economy. Ask yourself, am I positioned to prosper from the financial boom happening right now? Whether you work from a 1099 or a W-2, each week, Jonyprofit with the Executive Entrepreneur will help you leverage your talent, experience, and connections. Act now. Business-minded people just like you deserve a piece of prosperity from the world's energy capital. Phone lines are open. Dial 713-622-6397. Follow us on your social media platform of choice at EEHOUR or email your questions and comments to online@eehour.com. Now here's your host, Jonyprofit.
All right, so welcome to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with your host, Jonyprofit. I have the crew. It changes all the time, but anyway. So we got a bunch of people in here. I'm assuming from the feed, you can go to eehour.com to check us out live, to watch the show, as well as go to 92.1 to listen to it. If you're listening to us online, we'll put it up on SoundCloud later on. So there's just a lot of ways to get a hold of the show. So I hope you had a wonderful and productive week. Now let's get down to business. So anyway, here are the things that happened this week. I went to the State of Procurement Address here in Houston, Texas, over at the Houston Community College on the Southeast campus side. And it was a great event. Tico and led a great team. I feel we put together a really, really great event. And the reason being is we took hold of change and we did something a little different. So, doing this whole address, the whole concept was let's get all the folks that are doing the buying into one room and have them specifically tell the sellers, you vendors, you entrepreneurs and small business owners out there, what they want and how to go about getting into the loop. And so, that's what we did, and it was and it worked. I do have the recording of the event, and once I figure out how to monetize it, I'll share it with you. I don't care. I'm just saying. No, but anyway, I don't know how we're going to do it. Maybe we'll collect email addresses or something, because the people that showed up took the time to do it, and then we're just not going to let you hop up and jump online like it's all cool, because you got to work to get something. So anyway, the event went great. Also, the Rice Business Plan competition. Daniel, you went out to that. We have, he disappeared on us. Dexter was here, but he got some great video. Go to, what is the website?
HoustonBusinessWeekly.com.
Yeah, go check that out, seriously, because there's a video of me up there too. No, but anyway, he did an incredible job capturing that event. Daniel, you want to talk about it? Because I do want him to get familiar with the whole Houston Business Weekly.
Yeah, sure. So Houston Business Weekly is basically a homegrown resource for all things business in Houston. It's 100% business focused. Whereas, clearly every week, if you listen here on Executive Entrepreneur Hour, it's about combining the executives and the entrepreneurs. Houston Business Weekly is focused on events and a larger blanket for Houston business. And so we're able to come up with some really exclusive stuff, including Dexter's exclusive video coverage of the Rice Business Plan competition. Wasn't covered by any of the other media in town as well.
Amazing.
Yeah, how about that?
Maybe they do it. Maybe they're trying to hide or something. There's so much money here, no one must know.
We're a media sponsor, but we don't have a video.
Right. Amazing.
So it's just an opportunity to kind of to do some behind the scenes stories and show people some good, solid, quality video coverage of things going on in the Houston business scene.
Yeah, because here's the deal. You're out there, you want to start a business, or you started a business, and you're going to all these programs, and you're trying to figure out the magic love potion. It's going to make you successful. I get it. I've been around you enough to know. Yeah, sure. But here's the thing before we go to break. Last week we said you had to be in it to win it. And then it dawned on me when someone called me today and they were like, John, how do I get in it? And I'm thinking, you figure out how to go to the grocery store, you figure out how to go to the gas station, you figure out how to go to your mom's house, you figure out how to go wherever you want to. But for some reason, whether it's because you really don't want to do the work or you're afraid of what may happen, you duck out with all these excuses as to why you can't get customers, why you can't get individuals that have absolute defined needs and budgets to pay for it, why you can't do it. And I got my blood pressure up a little bit, because many of you share that issue. So anyway, I can't tell. It looks sunny. It looks gloomy. I don't know what it is. So let's go to traffic and weather, and they'll give you the actual accurate report of what's going on out there. So again, when we come back, we got a studio full of guys with tight shirts on and even loose shirts with big muscles and stuff, including Daniel. Brr. Anyway, so let's go out here, check on traffic and weather. When we come back, we'll get into it. It's Open Talk, 713-622-6397.
News 92 FM, Weekend Traffic.
Through the accident, 610 South Loop westbound approaching the 45 Gulf Freeway. Slow traffic starts at Broadway. It's a 6-minute delay. 59 East Tex Freeway inbound just after Parker. That accident has been cleared. Slow traffic starts at Hopper. That's a 10-minute delay. 610 North Loop eastbound between 290 Ella. You have 2 left lanes blocked. On the westbound side of 610 North Loop from Ella to 290, the left lane's blocked. That's due to construction. They'll pick it up around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Starting to feel a little warmer and more humid. Good day, everybody. It looks like the Easter holiday weekend will be a nice one. The temperature's hovering very close to the normal readings, which is about 80 for the afternoon later this afternoon. Temperatures already into the 70s, and we're looking for overnight lows to be down to at least the low 60s. That's how we'll start off your sunrise service on your Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, no mention of rain until Monday and Tuesday. And then, again, only a slight chance at 20%, both early days of the work week. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Hello, everybody. Alan Thicke here. You know, it takes money to run a country. Your money. And that's why if you owe back taxes, the IRS might garnish your wages. They could levy your bank account, come after your home or business. But truth is, they'd rather settle for less than bother you more. So they have this brilliant program to help if you're behind on your taxes. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative. They're offering this to help you solve your tax problem once and for all. You could qualify for a settlement that's substantially less than before these changes. Nobody knows these tax relief programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Their attorneys and agents will work to get you the best possible tax settlement, and they're fully accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Optima for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-3585. 800-343-3585. 800-343-3585. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You have an older home like I have? You probably need new windows. J.P. Pritchard here, and I got my beautiful new windows from Allied Siding and Windows. One upfront price for recognized brand name windows. No surprises. Allied's competitors pile on the charges by the time you're paying the bill. Don't put up with that. Great windows, great service, and installers who work quickly, cleaning up and putting everything back the way you want it. Call now to schedule a risk-free evaluation to invest your tax refund in your home. 713-946-3697 or visit AlliedSidingandWindows.com for more info.
To the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
So check it out. I would love for you to call up here and tell me what your biggest business problem happens to be. 713-622-6397. This show is actually live. Like, we take the time to come in here on a Saturday to do something. But you can call up here, 713-622-6397. So I did the whole SCORE thing for 10 years, and I've heard all the people come up into the SCORE building and say, I was starting a business and I want to do this. I did the whole Goldman Sachs thing, and I've heard, I want to grow my business, and I did the Urban League thing, and I want to do my business, and I did all these different groups, okay? I get it. I'm not a city-fied person, so a lot of the stuff I say is actually common sense, except once you enter a city. So a lot of things that to me are like, I don't understand how you cannot figure this out. It's so cut and dry. Unless you're posturing, I can't use that because you're there, unless you're making up stuff. There's a word I can't use today. It's like, I can't use the word fluffy unless I'm actually using it with fresh and fluffy. But anyway, so the whole point is, I want you to start thinking like investors. I've said it over and over again, and since we have a light load today, and it's like a breather for me, think like investors. And when I say that, it just goes completely over the heads of small business owners because they're thinking like corporate managers. and they think their time is infinite, and they think the world owes them, and they think their product should be loved by everybody, including their mom, and it's not reality. When you pull out your checkbook as an investment organization, you don't go out there and say, hey, how do you feel about it? How does it look to you? No, you come up with hardcore evidence that you're going to get my money back to me. But you don't approach it when it comes to a business like that. And it just boggles my mind. Anyway, we have Rob Thomas here. Rod is also here with Paul Quinn, and Anthony's sitting behind me. Anyway, Anthony's here. Stephanie 1 and 2, and Dexter's over here as well. And they own businesses. A lot of them are starting their own business or starting a new venture, just doing things. And we just came up to the studio today, because that's how we roll. But again, I'm going to get into what Rod does, but I can't stress enough. You don't understand how frustrating it is when I'm standing there and you say to me, oh, I need more customers, or I need money, or I need all this. And I'm thinking, you don't have systems in place. Say it over and over again. You sit up here and you watch The Profit on CNBC and you get all excited because some grown man comes into the store and says, hey, why don't you just write everything down that you do? Why don't you just have everybody just stay on one page for a change? Why don't you actually count your inventory? And you're saying, oh my God, I've never seen anything so incredible in my life. He actually had them write their business plan and operation down. And I'm thinking, wow. I don't get it, people. If you want to grow your business, it's very straightforward. Find people who have money that want to give it to you. You have something they want. You give it to them. You take their money. You invest it wisely. Game over. Show's over, right? We can turn it off. We're done. But oh no, I got to sell you hope. Just believe. There's a new book called I Can Make a Business Out of Nothing for $29.95. Anyway, I'm off the soapbox, all right? Because splinters in my foot. Rod, how are you today?
Fantastic.
Great. Introduce yourself, my man.
Rod Thomas. I am co-owner of Fresh and Fluffy, all natural dried dog shampoo.
All natural. It's like fast wax for your cars. Have you ever seen the people out in the parking lot?
It's an all natural dried dog shampoo powder.
Yeah.
So it's a real dried dog shampoo. It isn't that foamy stuff or.
So what's the advantage?
The advantage is you get to clean and freshen without the hassle of a regular shampoo.
Gotcha. And how are things going with that?
We're doing all right.
So he's a hustling, bustling young entrepreneur, strapping with plenty of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the same challenges as a lot of people, a lot of you out there. Is you're like, how do you grow this thing? And so we were talking earlier, and it just hit me over and over again. I could hand out, or we could get some folks we've had on the show with all the money in the world back on the show, hand it out to most small business owners, and guess what? It wouldn't work. The business still would not work. Because without systems in place, without some accountability, without you being out there thinking like a consumer, which means for every dollar you bring in, you spend it, you don't reinvest it, you're going to go belly up anyway. So, all right, so how did this thing start? Tell us about it.
You want the very beginning, or you want where
Take us back to 1990. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I mean, get close to the beginning.
Okay, well, pardon me. The concept came from my partner. He has a friend who's up in years who takes care of her daughter with Down syndrome.
Wow. Okay.
And at the time, she had a large dog that was really funky.
The smelly dog. He don't mean like George. Okay, go ahead.
So he was concerned that she wasn't able to clean the dog without the hassle of having to lift it into a tub, and an older lady with an 80-pound dog, that just seemed really difficult on her.
Gotcha.
So he thought they needed to have a product that would allow her to clean the dog, kind of like cleaning your carpet. So that was the impetus of it.
Yeah.
And from there, we just kind of batted around different ideas, different combinations, different mixtures, different products to come up with something that would allow you to clean the dog effectively, quickly, get a desired result of a clean dog.
Right.
And without having to go through the struggles of getting a dog that doesn't cooperate when it comes to water and the whole shampooing process.
Right.
So we managed to come up with a product that really worked.
Okay.
And since then, we've been hitting the ground really hard since July of 2013.
All right. So you heard it first. July 13th, when they kicked off, they're ready to take your money now. We're going to go out and check on traffic and weather. And when we come back, we're going to learn more about this and some of the challenges that he's facing as a business owner.
All right.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
This traffic update brought to you by Morgan & Associates Dental Office. Watch for stop-and-go traffic, I-45 Gulf Freeway outbound between Airport and El Dorado. It's a 21-minute delay. 610 North Loop eastbound between Highway 290 and Ella. 2 left lanes blocked with construction. Dr. Phyllis Morgan & Associates Dental Office welcomes patients of all ages, from infants to adults and even special needs patients. Morgan & Associates Dental Office is determined to make you smile. 713-668-4800 at 713-668-4800. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Starting to feel a little warmer and more humid. Good day, everybody. It looks like the Easter holiday weekend will be a nice one. The temperature's hovering very close to the normal readings, which is about 80 for the afternoon, later this afternoon. Temperatures already into the 70s, and we're looking for overnight lows to be down to at least the low 60s. That's how we'll start off your sunrise service on your Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, no mention of rain until Monday and Tuesday. And then, again, only a slight chance at 20%, both early days of the work week. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
And now, another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his boss he was going to the proctologist so he could skip out of work and try the latest golf gear at Golfsmith. This gave him ample time to have his ball flight analyzed in a Golfsmith hitting bay and then have their experts custom fit his new clubs. It was a perfect plan because nobody wants to know about your appointment with the proctologist. Free custom fitting, part of the Golfsmith Fairway. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, so welcome back. I was talking to Rod about fresh and fluffy, or what is it like? You got the tongue twister.
It's usually fresh and fluffy.
Fresh and fluffy. Yeah, so, okay, I love the concept. I see huge upside to it.
Sure.
What's been the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge is the education.
Gotcha.
Trying to get people to divorce their traditional way of thinking about shampooing, right? Because typically what you want to see is that foam that kind of confirms the fact that your dog is clean.
Right.
So when we tell you can do the same thing without any water, it's hard to process that, right? So we actually have to show it to you. So now we're in the process of trying to give demonstrations everywhere we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best teacher.
So, because I'm sure somebody's asking, or maybe not, I'll just make this up in my head. So there's been no side effects, like, dogs allergic, sneezing, like, anything like that? I mean, what?
No, actually, it's been a positive side effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see the Pavlovian theory in effect here. Now, when you hear the word fresh and fluffy, dogs come running.
And it's working.
Oh, no.
Okay, so if you're out there, here's the deal. So people sitting on the show have needs. You have needs out there, folks, as a business owner. Because remember, at the end of the day, your job is just to convert your talent into some type of wealth or money-producing system. That's it. That's why I don't care what your business is. Are you able to convert markets that have money into profits, which eventually turn into wealth? So if you have an idea or a concept, and you want to share it, you want to put some IP behind it, and you can back it up, prove it, and pay for it, are you open to listening?
Absolutely.
I mean, because, again, we could go out and hire salespeople, okay? We can go out and hire marketing teams. We can go out and hire all these people that have positioned themselves online and in print and on TV as being great. Doesn't mean they're great, and doesn't mean they'll be great with any of the people that come in the studio. But you were able to hear it here first to say, hey, this guy has a business. I know how to fix it. I happen to be the head of All Dogs Happy, whatever, okay? How can they get a hold of you?
You can call me directly at 832-858-6013.
And one more time.
832-858-6013.
And so if you want to watch the show, it's at EEHOUR.com. It should be up in the streaming. You can see us live and check it out. Stephanie has stepped up to the microphone. You want to grab it and say hello?
Hello, everyone.
All right, scooch over a little bit so they can see you. There you go. Camera's on you. Dun, dun, dun. Tell us what's going on.
Well, just glad to be
Oh, hold on. We're going to bring your mic up because only I can hear you. There you go.
Absolutely.
I hear
Hello,
you.
everyone. Thanks for having me on, John.
Absolutely.
Always excited to be here. And then the discussion you're having about what we all need.
Yeah, what do you need?
Uh,
Taking orders.
Yes, that's right. I need a list. Well, I think that's the part. It's about, you need people, you need system, you need to have vision. And then as an entrepreneur, you have to be so ahead of the curve that there is no formula for you to follow. So you've created something that has never existed. And if you follow the model that works, then your product has absolutely no value because that system has already been exhausted. So it's really hard to find like circles,
Yeah.
find a group of people who are about pushing the envelope and who can say, well, just because you're the best baker doesn't mean you're the best at paperwork for contracts and baking. So find that person that is. And that's where I'm at. Like I've just identified my voids. Okay, my talent is A, my terrible shortcomings are B. Let me partner with someone who does that well because it's out of my scope.
Yeah.
And I would kill the company trying to wear all those hats when I just need to kind of circle the wagons.
So
with my
have you
clients.
started the transition or are you looking into the transition? How do you make that transition?
Oh, well, I think the first thing was write it on a sheet of paper, right? And be honest with your shortcomings. Like, okay, you know what? I can't juggle all those balls. I can't do the marketing. I can't do those relationships. So that is the first piece. And then looking for people who are extraordinary at that. Not the dreamers, not the I wish I could, not, if given the opportunity I might, but the people who are doing it already and doing it well. And that's where we're at and giving ourselves a timeline. These objectives have to be met by this day. And if I burn through 8 people to make it happen and the one person who sticks, that's the person we're going to work with in order to hit our deadline. So, that I think it's new math. It's exciting in some ways and exhausting in others. And then to look up and realize, you know what, this is new.
So have you picked a landing spot or a finish line or something for, where you are now versus where you want to be in X?
Yes. I think some of the things are sort of expanded technology resources to have that resolved in 4 months.
Yeah.
And then after that to have
And you're talking what, CRMs and back office systems and all that too.
all that administrative
Okay.
piece that is a monster, but you can't build without it. You can't even follow up on, let's say you sold, 500 units of your fresh and fluffy, and you needed to call those people back. Oh, where's the telephone number? Where's the business card? I was supposed to call them on Thursday, but I couldn't do it till Saturday. So those kind of things that can automate and push you, apps that are personal assistant apps, just some things that are within the entrepreneurship budget. We don't have a Silicon Valley here. We don't have these sort of incubating spaces, but
Daniel Differ. No, I'm just.
but to build those little personal incubating spaces, and then so then I have a benchmark. Did I meet my point? Did I fail it? And if I met that point, then it's time for me to move on to the next piece.
Yeah.
And just know that there is no finish line. I'm understanding that.
You don't have a
now.
get out point? You don't have like the once you hit 88 million, 88.65, it's like at that point you just fuel up the bird out in Sugarland and just head,
And head on out. Well, I think there's some personal joy that you have to factor into it. So
So you're a junkie for this business stuff.
No, because once it hits a certain point, it's going to evolve itself. So if we're in it for the sake of business, when that marketplace is exhausted, I'm a junkie for it if I stay way beyond the profit point.
And I'll tell you this, my favorite tool so far, and I've tested out quite a few, if you do have an issue with contacting folks and reaching out and doing emails and all that, is VTiger, VTiger, just like it sounds, VTiger. So it's open source, open license kind of setup, and it's a very powerful. I mean, I keep forgetting how much people don't know when it comes to hosting services and things like that, which is again why the pioneers come in and make it happen, and the snake oil salesmen come in behind and make money off of it. Like, hey, you need to do this, you need an app, got an app for everything, boy. Look here. Or as Steph would say, there's an app for that. So it's important to understand that there's a lot of resources out there, and like I said, there's a new e-learning platform, and we use Moodle when we build out learning deals on the background. But the VTiger is a really cool deal. You can go on there, check it out on YouTube. You put it on your hosting service, and you can start loading people in and sending out e-blasts and doing follow-ups and all that. So there's your tip for 29 minutes after the hour. When we come back from break, we'll talk some more. Oh, and caller, I know you're there. Hang on.
92 FM. Weekend traffic.
We are accident-free on the freeways. Watch for construction. 610 North Loop westbound between Ella and Highway 290. Left lane's taken away here. Also 610 North Loop eastbound between Highway 290 and Ella. 2 left lanes are blocked here. They should pick it up around 3 o'clock today. Slow traffic I-45 North Freeway outbound between Airline and Shepherd. And the Hardy Toll Road, if you're heading outbound between 610 North Loop and I-45 North Freeway, that should take you about 20 minutes to complete that trek. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Are you ready for the Easter holiday weekend? Plenty of fun things to do outdoors, and the weather is working out perfect for us. It looks like the temperatures will continue to cooperate. We're into the mid-70s now, heading towards a high of 80 degrees later this afternoon. Our extended forecast shows a slight chance for some showers on Monday and Tuesday, but the rest of the holiday weekend on Sunday couldn't be any better. We'll start off the sunrise services in the low 60s, heading up to the low 80s for afternoon highs. Again, perfect weather for that barbecue or Easter egg hunt. And then by the middle part of the week, after we're seeing a few isolated showers Monday and Tuesday, we're back in the mid-80s. Temperatures are warming up. The humidity is back. The overnight lows starting to feel a lot like springtime, closer to 70 as we work our way towards the end of the work week. Overnight numbers will be starting off at 70 degrees Thursday night and Friday night. Daytime highs will be in the mid to upper 80s, so a little warmer as we approach the end of the work week. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHOU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Your lawn destroyed by insects above ground and below. Bayer Advanced Complete Insect Killer protects against both in one easy step. Most other leading brands stop at the surface, allowing damage to continue below ground. But Complete's two-way formula kills ants, fleas, and ticks above ground within 24 hours, while it penetrates below ground to control root-destroying pests, like grubs and mole crickets, for up to 3 months. Bayer Advanced Complete Insect Killer. Get more from the blue bottle. BayerAdvanced.com. Always read and follow label directions.
Hey, Mr. Homeowner, you can't get us, na-na-na-na-na-na.
These are weeds, and they think they're safe around these shrubs. They know that Roundup Max Control 365 should not be used around trees and shrubs.
You cannot hurt us, because we're near the shrubs.
But with Bayer Advanced Durazone, you can control weeds in more places than 365.
Is that Durazone?
Durazone is long-lasting and can be used around established trees and shrubs, so weeds know there's no place to hide.
We're doomed.
Bayer Advanced Durazone. Get more from the blue bottle. Always read and follow label directions.
Some people think if you're in less than perfect health, you can't get affordable life insurance. That's simply not true. I'm Joel Clark, a Select Quote life insurance agent, and I find term life insurance people can afford. The key is finding the best company to fit your situation. Some companies are more friendly to diabetics, other companies to heart conditions. Some companies are lenient if you're overweight. That's why people need an agent like me to go to bat for them. I found a 40-year-old man, 6 feet, 281 pounds, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $39 a month. Let me show you how affordable life insurance can be. Call now and let's get started.
Call 1-800-500-4105 or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-500-4105. 1-800-500-4105. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Affordable Care Advisors is a referral service and not affiliated with the U.S. government. Policies have exclusions and limitations, not available in all states. Call for costs and complete details of coverage.
If you're having trouble getting health insurance or can't afford it, there's a free service that can help get you the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Even if you have pre-existing conditions, Affordable Care Advisors can help get you health plans featuring zero deductibles and first dollar coverage, all for as little as the cost of your daily cup of coffee. Call us at 800-955-1988 and speak with one of our specialists. We'll explain in plain English what plans are available, their benefits, and how much they cost. Don't put it off. Get the peace of mind knowing you and your family are protected. Even if you missed enrollment in Obamacare, Affordable Care Advisors' free service can help you get the health care plan you need at a price to fit your budget. Call toll-free 800-955-1988 for a free quote. 800-955-1988. Toll-free 800-955-1988. 800-955-1988.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back. Hey, Joel, who's on the phone? Oh, gone? Okay, with the wind. All right, so anyway, so we're getting back to this whole what I mentioned before, like what was that again? What was that software? So if you ever get bored and you want to just try out software and you don't want to spend money because you don't know if your employees or yourself are going to use it and all, there's plenty of places to go. The first place I always tell you to go is Google search. Okay, here we go. I'm going to make everybody that's listening super smart. Here's why. All the information in the world that NSA has is pretty much available on Google. Okay. So if you want to know what open source software, what inexpensive software, what free trial software is available, and you actually sit down instead of complaining about what's wrong with your business and you actually identify the problem versus the symptom of it, then it's pretty quick to say, like, hey, John, I'm not able to get stuff out to people and I don't want to pay XYZ company. Then it's like, okay, as I mentioned, vTiger is proven, it's used around the world. It's on most of you have a decent hosting plan. You can go in there and the same place you loaded up your WordPress, you click a button and it auto loads vTiger onto the system. You log in, you go get you a $99 card scanner. You put all those people in, or you transfer your names from whatever. You load them up in there. You set the schedule, and then you could send stuff out. People can call in. You can do all kinds of neat stuff with the software. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube that explains how to use it. So again, that's vTiger. There's X2 CRM, X number 2 CRM. It's another one. They have an open source version of it. I know Salesforce and a few other companies have open source or share free license kind of thing. But the problem with them is they limit what you get. And by the time you want to do the stuff that's most important to you, you're out hundreds of dollars a month. And so for most small businesses that are going from just them to 5, 6, 7 people, it gets cost prohibitive to get these licenses for everybody in there. Like a lot of these come in at $2,000 a year or, $800 per person. So that's it on the CRM thing. I'm good on that. So anyway, Paul's in here as well. I'm always talking about staying healthy and staying fit and all that. But more specifically, I'm always talking about if you're over 40 years old and you're a male, so that my female listeners are not offended since I'm so offensive. If you're over 40 and you're a male and you do not have a medical condition that stops you from actually rolling onto the floor, out of the bed, or moving around, then you have absolutely no excuse other than you're very comfortable in your current state. All right. I'm so tired of seeing folks running around in fancy cars, little tiny suits, trying to pretend like they still swole from high school. I'm tired of seeing it. Okay. I am tired of seeing or hearing, man, I just checked my blood sugar. Man, I just checked my blood pressure. Man, I just came back from the doctor and things ain't working out for me. Well, let's perhaps not go to the steakhouse tonight. Yeah. Let's perhaps put down that beer tonight. Let's let's not light that e-cigarette up. I don't know.
You got to do something.
You got to do something.
The same thing with your entrepreneur spirit.
Yep.
As far as an exec, you have to understand where you are. Like for now, we're ending the first quarter. We're ending the first quarter of the year. So wherever you are as a business, you should be in full swing right about now. And the same thing is with your workout. A lot of people like to say we're setting ourselves up for the summer, so we're getting ready for the summer.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, you just got to keep doing it. It has to be consistent. It has to be continual.
Right.
You got the changing of seasons. Now we have different, especially for my econ people. We got the change of season. So you got watermelon.
Yeah.
You got like all your nectar fruits, cantaloupe. All of these come in specific times of the year. And those times of the year are directly correlated to what we need to fortify our body.
Yeah.
Econ, supply and demand. Once the earth produces more, it lowers the price. So from a produce perspective, we should be actually looking for the cheaper price. And that's what's going to fortify us. And the same thing with our business, especially customer relations. For me, it's easy.
Yeah.
I'll do an event. Gotcha. And that way I can blast you. Every Thursday I'm here.
Yeah.
Or here's an event that brings everything together so it culminates. And how does this translate into your physical health? It eases your mind. So stress is going to be the determining factor of whether you're ill or whether you're well.
Yeah, okay. So on the stress thing, like woosah doesn't work for anymore. That's worked for me. That's why I go to the gym. Yeah. It's like I have to put it off, one more meeting, and at some point everybody gets cut off and I go to the gym.
Right.
And I take it out on, the weights, the sauna, the court.
and naturally water.
Oh yeah.
Water. We forget about the components. We got the thirst thing down with the hydrogen, but we forget about the oxygen.
Yeah.
in the water.
So Smart Water, Ozarka. You guys want to get in on this? I'll promote you every day. I'll even. Hey, we got a camera here, buddy.
I know,
You
right?
If you're that sales agent for the territory, and you want to reach the most prominent business market in Houston, Texas.
Exactly.
Smart Water.
It
The
induces
Executive
you
Entrepreneur Hour. He drinks it. I'm serious. Water is important. So when I forget to drink like a half a gallon of water in the morning,
Yeah.
it's a bad day. I can tell you. I can't quite put my finger on it, but
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
How about coffee? Is that good for you? No, I'm
Coffee's-
playing. I'm not. Starbucks might want to advertise.
There.
Get your peach passion tea or something. But anyway, we got 40 minutes past the hour. So what we're gonna do is run outside. Typical, it's a news and weather traffic station. So we're gonna go outside, see what's happening. And when we come back, we're gonna learn more about how to keep it together, how to get that extra roll off the back of your neck when you're out there in a Bentley Coupe or a Tesla. Okay.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
Watch for construction on the northwest side, 610 North Loop, both east and westbound, between 290 and LA. On the eastbound side, 2 left lanes are blocked. On the westbound side, the left lane is blocked. You should pick it up around 3 o'clock today. There's some slow traffic in the area. I-45 North Freeway outbound between Airline and Shepherd. You have slow traffic there. And the Hardy Tow Road, if you're heading outbound between 610 North Loop and I-45, the North Freeway, that should take about 20 minutes to complete. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Starting to feel a little warmer and more humid. Good day, everybody. It looks like the Easter holiday weekend will be a nice one. The temperature's hovering very close to the normal readings, which is about 80 for the afternoon, later this afternoon. Temperatures already into the 70s, and we're looking for overnight lows to be down to at least the low 60s. That's how we'll start off your sunrise service on your Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, no mention of rain until Monday and Tuesday. And then, again, only a slight chance at 20%, both early days of the work week. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Jobs Pipeline, an informative and entertaining 60 minutes. Visiting with employers driving economic growth and job creation in Houston. Sponsored by Genesis Oil and Gas Consultants. Jobs Pipeline, Sunday evenings at 6 on News 92 FM.
Who here believes in ghosts? Inspired by actual events.
There's something bad inside of me.
You're not possessed, Jane, just unwell. Starring The Hunger Games Catching Fire's Sam Claflin. I really don't know if I can do this. And Olivia Cook from Bates Motel. If you think you're scared, imagine how she feels. Jane! The Quiet Ones. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Starts Friday.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Jeff has joined us. Dun, 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 dun. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Oh, yeah, you can't hear. Yeah, you can listen through there. Anyway, so bring us up to date, my friend.
Absolutely. So next weekend, I just wanted to tell Houstonians that Startup Weekend is coming back. That's a 54-hour event where you can sign up and pitch an idea, join a team, build a product, and validate it with customers all in one weekend. You get to meet some of Houston's best and brightest entrepreneurs and designers. This Startup Weekend, though, is a little bit special. It's a maker edition. So they'll actually make a physical product. So if you have aspirations around fashion design to crafting to robotics and drones and 3D printing, then this is the event for you.
Wow. Okay, say it again. Daniel, are you able to send this out? Sure. Okay, Startup Weekend. Bring it back one more time. When is it and where?
It's Startup Weekend Maker Edition. It's next weekend, April 25th to 27th. It's at Platform Houston in Rice Village, a co-working space there.
So is
So
this
it's
for
going to be a
people?
lot of fun.
So is this just for people to come and watch, or is there still time to participate, or how does that work?
There is still time to participate. You can register at houston.startupweekend.org, and we are limiting it. We're about 75% to capacity, so you should act now. We're expecting a big onslaught this week.
Wow. So if you ever want to test your science project out in front of the masses, this is it, folks. This is it. What else you got, buddy?
Well, that's it for this week, but
Awesome.
I'll be joining you from Startup Weekend next week.
That is awesome. Tell them how to get a hold of you.
At file under Jeff on Twitter.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So there you have it. You got an event coming up next week. No business too big, no business too small. So if you're watching right now, you'll see I have my let me see if I can get the camera on me. Yeah. Okay, so I have my shirt from the event that was "When Women Succeed, America Succeeds." And it had me thinking, because I was thinking, yeah, that's true and all, okay, but where do we go with this? And so it started, I started thinking about all the people during the week that were sitting at the State of Procurement, and everybody's sitting there kind of bewildered or just kind of lost or just kind of what's next. And it dawned on me, like, there are certain populations out here that I've said many times are led by victim champions. Okay. So you think to yourself, if you were to play sports or you were to do some type of competitive activity and you spent the majority of your time thinking about what you don't have, at what point would you have to give time to what you want, like to go get it? And so it forever amazes me, in certain groups, I've seen like no real innovation in the last, like, let's just say long time. Pick a group. I don't care a group. Any group that's out there right now saying they're getting the short end of the staff. And I always think back to growing up and playing sports. And had I used that premise, that mindset, I wouldn't be me and I wouldn't be on air, because I'd still be sitting around talking about, I can't believe they had an all weather track and we had cinder. I can't believe they had turf and we had old potholed grass. I can't believe that their coach cared. You can't move forward and backwards at the same time. And it's great to have people on the team that can keep you in perspective with what happened. But if you're that person that you're gun ho in your business on being a victim and complaining about what you don't have, at some point, bless that person that I'm about to mention next, you have to have somebody on your team that's moving forward. So if you're still talking about how you can't get government contracts, but if I came to you and said, spell SAP, you'd be like, what's that? Or if I said, hey, show me how you can integrate into the following. Show me how your banking system works. Show me how your locks system works. And you just sit there and look at me like, what's that? Then you are living in the past. You need somebody that's forward thinking. Now, the flip of it is, if you're so out into the future that you basically live in your own world, that you believe anything is possible, which it is not, then you need somebody to pull you back. But it hit me like, I'm thinking about, you know what? When anybody succeeds, we all succeeds if they share the wealth. It's not just when women succeed. And I think about all these cute little terms and buy your community first and all these concepts that are thrown out there. And the folks that really pretty much have big hearts and they want to do something big, they buy onto it because they didn't realize, like, through the power of those folks over at Google, you can look up every and anything you ever thought you didn't know. So no longer do you have to be the ignorant one in the room. I can't stress it enough. It's like I'm talking to the, I don't know. It gets me every time. So anyway, Anthony's sitting here next to me, and we are going to come back to Paul, but I wanted him to say something because he's the 1 million cups guy, and he explained that last week. So thirsty?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. We're going to bring up your mic. Totally messed up my cue up. No, wait, go ahead. Go ahead, dude.
No, I'm listening to what you said. And
Hey, introduce yourself, because they don't.
So I'm Anthony Covington, organizer of 1 Million Cups Houston, where we bring together two entrepreneurs, two startups to discuss their business for 6 minutes and 20 minutes of Q&A with other founders and other startups every week at Microsoft Store, 9 a.m. every Wednesday.
There you have it. It's free parking. Where else can you go on a weekday and park for free? I mean, I don't know. So, okay, so what do you do over there? I mean, what you guys actually do? So I show up to the store, I stop playing a little dancing game out front, and then what happens?
Well, what happens is you actually begin to start talking about your business with people who know or who have already been there. In fact, we are a little bit different because, as you know, John, every time we go out there, everything is focused on the investor. Well, here we're focused on the entrepreneur. Hence, we want to know your problems. Yeah, you do this very well. You can make it twerk, spin, whatever. blah, 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 blah. But we want to know those challenges because someone might be in the audience, even Jonyprofit himself, that could actually help you solve that problem.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so if you got that, that's Wednesdays, Microsoft Store in the Galleria. Be there, be square. What time?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. You go up in there and you meet with some peers and you get some insight. I like that. You're a good guy. You're a good guy. Anyway, let's go out here, check on traffic and weather. When we come back, we're going to hear from, Daniel. He's been quiet over here because every time he goes to log in, technology fails.
News 92 FM, weekend traffic.
We are currently accident-free right now in the Houston area on the freeways. Construction 610 North Loop eastbound between Highway 290 and Ella. Two left lanes are blocked here with construction, as well as 610 North Loop westbound between Ella and Highway 290. Left lane's taken away here. They should pick it up around 3. I-45 North Freeway outbound is slow between Airline and Shepherd. And the Hardy Toll Road outbound between 610 North Loop and I-45 the North Freeway. That should take you about 20 minutes to complete. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Are you ready for the Easter holiday weekend? Plenty of fun things to do outdoors, and the weather is working out perfect for us. It looks like the temperatures will continue to cooperate. We're into the mid-70s now, heading towards a high of 80 degrees later this afternoon. Our extended forecast shows a slight chance for some showers on Monday and Tuesday, but the rest of the holiday weekend on Sunday couldn't be any better. We'll start off the sunrise services in the low 60s, heading up to the low 80s for afternoon highs. Again, perfect weather for that barbecue or Easter egg hunt. And then by the middle part of the week, after seeing a few isolated showers Monday and Tuesday, we're back in the mid-80s. Temperatures are warming up. The humidity is back. The overnight lows starting to feel a lot like springtime, closer to 70 as we work our way towards the end of the work week. Overnight numbers will be starting off at 70 degrees Thursday night and Friday night. Daytime highs will be in the mid to upper 80s, so a little warmer as we approach the end of the work week. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHOU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Have you received an IRS collections letter or been contacted by an IRS agent? Are you worried that the IRS will soon be after you? Are you being threatened with huge penalties, wage garnishment, or even liens against your home or business? Well, here's a powerful secret the IRS doesn't want you to know. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes, you may be eligible to settle your debt for substantially less. For free information, call TaxCare USA immediately. 1-800-500-3968. The professionals at TaxCare USA specialize in negotiating settlements and other favorable programs directly with the IRS. You may qualify for one of many options, including settling your tax debt for a fraction of what you owe. There is a way out of crippling tax debt. It's called TaxCare USA. Call now to settle that debt, protect your savings, your home, and the life you've worked so hard to build. Don't hesitate. Call TaxCare USA for free information before it's too late. 1-800-500-3968. 1-800-500-3968.
I'm supposed to be playing you a commercial for Comcast Business, but this low DSL connection I got from the phone company isn't downloading it. Loading. Nothing but that little spinning beach ball. This is embarrassing. Let me just tell you about it. Comcast Business has high-speed internet that's built for business. It's built to run up to 5 times faster than DSL. It's built to grow as your business grows. It's built to give you local, dedicated support, 24/7, 365. And Comcast Business is built for reliability, which would come in handy right now. Oh, here we go. Loading. False alarm. You can't run a business today with technology from yesterday. Business-grade internet from Comcast Business. Built for business. Buy internet, get voice and TV for just $34.90 more per month. Visit ComcastBusiness.com or call 800-501-6000.
Offer ends 5/31/14. Restrictions apply. Speed comparison between Comcast 100 megabits per second service and 20 megabits per second DSL downloads only. Limited to one voice line and private view TV for new business customers. 2-year contract required. Requires subscription to Comcast Business Internet and an additional monthly charge. Equipment, taxes, fees, including broadcast TV fee extra, subject to change.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
So welcome back. Like I said, I was leaving out, don't confuse being positively minded, like being all yay, we can do it, with being effective and efficient. There's a huge difference, and I can't stress it enough because, again, I'm always caught between having people that are extremely, extremely intelligent, but being way, way too lazy because they're comfortable. And then the flip side of it, I get folks that are just very, very, very ambitious, but just as dumb as a box of rocks. Not to knock rocks, okay? Rocks are good people, but you're trying to find that in between, and that's a small segment of the population. Because as business owners, those are the people you want, because you want to get them in your business to help you grow, but you don't give them instructions or directions. You just think, well, I know it, you claimed you do this, and so that's why we keep going back to why systems are important, why you need to write down where you need to go steal a bunch of job descriptions or have Daniel at Redshift Writers write up some stuff for you, have his people write up some stuff. Because the sooner you put things in writing, the sooner you have something to hold people accountable with, the sooner you can punish and reward them, and the sooner they become sadly interchangeable. That's why companies love employees, because you will do as they say, because they can track you, they can watch you, and they can punish and reward you. And if you have a small business and everything's done on the gut and just the way you feel, you're always going to be at the mercy of somebody that you empowered, made feel special, and ran off and started their own business or took your customers with. So, with that said, Daniel has got some NBA updates. No, I'm still playing. Anyway, what's going on, D?
I am going to kind of talk about
Oh,
it.
yeah? Pull it
just
closer.
a little bit.
There you go.
All right. No, I mean, I just wanted to kind of remind people, and I mean, John, you always talk about this, that people go to sporting events, and when their team loses, they say, "Oh, we lost." It's like, you didn't do anything. You're in the stands. You're a
Right.
winner today. It's okay. Pat yourself on the back, right? But tomorrow's the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs are starting, and everybody in the city is going to be watching it because the Rockets are good again, and everybody here just loves the Rockets because they actually won something, right? So,
Tax dollars at work.
I just thought I'd kind of bring it back to neutral for everybody, which is, what's winning the playoffs for you? Instead of watching other people try to win the playoffs, what's winning the playoffs for your business, for your life, for what you're doing this week? And I just kind of wanted to put that out there into the public psychology. So it's something to write down on a piece of paper.
Is that what you tagged
later.
it as, public psychology?
That's it.
That's awesome. So what do you have going on this week? What's going on?
Redshift Writers is just moved into an office 2 weeks ago, as we said. River Oak Shopping Center. So we rearranged the office this week. With my friend Drew Wilson, we're kicking off a couple of ventures and working with Dexter, who's in the studio but doesn't want people to know he's in the studio.
Yeah.
On a couple of
what's the bounty on him?
Seems like easy pickings right now. It's so we're working on some scalable business model ideas right now, and I think that's our playoffs. So.
Yeah. And so, like, literally, we're in the... Okay, so here's the cool thing about people who talk about business that actually run them. It's a crazy concept, right? Anyway, so we're constantly out here testing out new stuff, and that's eventually what we'll start bringing to you. So, again, really, when it comes to Dexter, he does a great job. Jesse was here for a while. He does a great job of video as well.
Happy birthday, Jesse.
Is it his birthday?
It is his birthday.
All right. It's awesome. Because there's somebody else's birthday, but I was told I cannot mention that on air. So, Paul, we have folks in here that are like perfecting their stuff and sharing the information. And so when it comes to your business, he hit it on the head. I mean, really, seriously, what's your payout? What's your playoff? What's your championship moment? Is it more customers? Is it being able to... No, forget more customers. Is it being able to walk away from your business and your business doesn't need you, but it's still paying you? Okay? Because so many people want that corporate lifestyle as far as income, as far as growth and scalability, the executive side, but they just get stuck in the world of the entrepreneur / small business owner that wants to just dream and come up with new products, thinking that if I just come up with the right thing, it's going to sell. And I can tell you that movie was great, but if you build it, they will not come unless you have the distribution channels on lock, and it's the only thing they can choose from. So anyway, let's go around real quick. How did they get a hold of you in 2 seconds or less? Go ahead.
Freshandfluffy.com.
Awesome.
Freshandfluffy.com.
Clutch, if you out there, buddy, we got something for you. Go ahead.
Trey Magazine, thetraymag.com. Stephanie 347-687-3624.
Awesome.
I'm at paulqueen.org, and Twitter handle is @Quality Wellness, Facebook @Quality Wellness.
All right.
At 1 Million Cups, HOU, 1millioncups.com/Houston.
And there you have it. You know how to get the hold of Daniel and all that good stuff. So anyway, we're up here at the top of the hour. It's time to roll up out of here. It's been a wonderful opportunity to hang out with these folks. Like I said, We're just a bunch of business folks sitting around talking about business with folks that want to hear about business. So with that said, have a wonderful and productive week. Hope to see you at some of the, see you at the Galleria this week, or even see you next week at the startup event. So take care. Until then, go to EEHOUR.com.
News 92 FM, Weekend Traffic.
This traffic update brought to you by Nick's Plumbing. Replacing your water heater? Call Nick's Plumbing and get $250 off any 40-gallon hot water heater or larger, including tankless. Nick's Plumbing, 713-868-9907 or nicksplumbing.com. Master Plumber number 38548. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
KROI Seabrook, Houston. News 92 FM.
From ABC News. I'm Alex Stone in the waters off South Korea. A U.S. military helicopter is helping look for victims of that sunken ferry. 33 people are confirmed dead. 270 are missing at this hour. ABC's Gloria Riviera is there.
Every hour that passes, bringing more heartache and deepening fear for the waiting families. The worst kind of news came when it was confirmed a diver spotted 3 bodies in the ship but couldn't get them out. The search and rescue effort continues, focusing on the crowded cafeteria where it is feared so many were trapped.
The captain has been arrested. Officials in Yemen say a U.S. drone strike has killed 10 suspected members of al-Qaeda. In Oklahoma City today, a ceremony to mark 19 years since a truck bomb exploded outside the federal building.
The horror, the brutality, and the evil act on the Murrah building can never be forgotten and can never be overstated.
Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallin. An unforgettable Good Friday yesterday at the Cowgirl Cafe in Norco, California. They were making a Mickey Mouse pancake for a young customer.
One of the young ladies that works for us looked at it and said, "That looks like Jesus." And then the other staff looked at it and said, "It does. It looks like an outline of Jesus, like he's looking down on